Lisa here from Revolutions. How are you all doing tonight? Tonight we have Eugene Henriksen in the house from
Thank
Completely
you.
Unchained. Yeah, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, Lisa. Thanks for asking. Happy New Year.
You're welcome. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you so much for coming to the show. So, can you
Glad
tell
to
me?
be here.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Awesome. I know Eugene is we're friends. I've seen him when he comes to Baltimore, and I know he travels around. So Eugene, can you tell us about what you do?
Well, I'm the lead singer in a Van Halen tribute band called Completely Unchained. Um, we tour all over the country. We've been to Abu Dhabi, Kuwait for the troops. We just started
Wow.
expanding. Yeah, we just started expanding to the Midwest. We've been in Sturgis, we've been in Portland, Oregon. We play all up and down the East Coast from Buffalo, New York to Miami. So it's been quite a
Wow.
ride. Yeah.
So cool. So cool. Have you been to Canada?
No, not yet. I mean, I always get people calling me up that want to book the band, but it never pans out. So
Okay, gotcha. That's where
it's
my
it's all about the
co-host.
money, Lisa. It's
I
all about the
believe it
money.
does. I know it's a lot of travel
They
there.
want you to go to Canada for $2,500. They don't understand. It's a
Oh.
lot. Yeah.
Well, you got to make it worth your stay. Stay a little while. You see the Niagara Falls and all. Take it all in.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm always open, but somebody's got to come up with the right offer for us to go all the way up there.
I understand. I understand it. My beautiful co-host Kandi Burton, she lives. That's where she's from. She's from Canada, and
Okay.
yeah. So that's super cool. So yeah. Your connection is just a little touch, kind of a little staticky, but I can still hear you. So I just wanted to let you know if there's something on your end, if you can see what
I
that.
might have bad Wi-Fi connection right now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's okay. Sometimes I get like that. Mine gets like that. So don't worry. If I can hear you, it'll still be okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that'll be good. So Eugene, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing Completely Unchained since 2011.
Awesome. Awesome. And we love you
And,
every time you come to Baltimore.
oh, thank you. And it's taken a lot of time to get to where I'm at. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, knocking on doors to get into certain venues.
Very true.
Spend a lot of money on marketing, because people want to know what they're going to see and what they're going to hear before they go out and spend whatever the admission is. It varies. It could be a free show or it could be a $35 show. And these days, people don't want to spend $35, $40 to see something that they don't like or they're not happy with.
So what do you have to do at that point? Do you have to put together like a promo type thing?
Yeah, you put together. I always update my promos and pitches like every 6 to 7 months.
Okay.
A lot of bands, they make that mistake. They have like stuff from 10 years ago, and everybody changes in 10 years.
Very true. Very true.
So, but I just try to keep everything fresh. So when someone sees it, it's like, oh, they look the same they did 5 years ago or 5 months ago. Instead of saying,
Right.
wow, Gene put on a few more pounds since that last pitch he took, So,
Okay.
I like to keep everything fresh. That's all.
Keep it updated. Keep it
Right.
on the loop together. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Now, with the way you do your kicks and things like that, I know you have to work out. So tell us about that.
No, I work out every day. I ride a bicycle like 10 miles a day.
Awesome.
You have to do this to maintain the look, the attitude, the stamina to do what we do. Not just me, the whole band.
Exactly. It takes a lot of energy. And I tell you, I give you guys a lot of credit. And you have my heart. You have my heart.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I always love coming to a show when you come to play here in Baltimore, Maryland. And I know I missed the last one. I think you guys were there at Falston. I wanted to
Yes,
go.
it was.
I couldn't
Yeah, it was
make it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so I'm gonna make the next one. I promise you. I promise
Whatever
you.
you can.
Next time you come to Baltimore. Yes. So, how long have you been a musician?
I've been a musician basically my whole life. I'm really a drummer by trade.
Nice. Oh, look, I got the drumsticks.
Yeah, so I was in a Billy
I
Joel
know that.
tribute band. Yeah, I was
Oh,
in a Billy
okay.
Joel tribute band where I played drums from 1999 to 2003. Before that, I played in a band with my brother Tommy, who plays with Alice Cooper. We had a band called Rough Cut, not the LA Rough Cut. They were an 80s band. So
Yeah.
we did the tri-state area back in the late 80s, early 90s. And then I just got out of music because I just felt, it wasn't right for me at the time. And I started a company called Music Idol, where I did like American Idol shows at all the schools where I live on Long Island and raised money for kids and music departments and PTAs.
Oh,
So
cool.
I've always played drums, but I took a little time out. I wanted to focus on other things because I wasn't playing enough to support myself. And then I got into the Van Halen like 2011, and it's been nothing but, it's been a good ride, a tough ride,
Awesome. I
a lot of
gotcha.
hard work.
Yes, I was gonna say it's a lot of hard work, but by like traveling to the
Traveling's
places,
tough.
it takes. Yeah, it has to be tough on you guys. And then once you get there, you got to set everything up and then break it all down, and that's wear and
Sitting in
tear
an
on your
airport,
bodies. Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
has to
sitting in
be.
an airport, delays, getting to the hotel, making sure you got a good hotel, then getting a ride to the venue, right? Then setting up, then tearing down, then going back, getting up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning to head to the next venue. People think it's a party. It's far from a party. It's a job.
It's a business. Yeah, it's a
That,
business.
like anything that you have to love.
Yes, you
Because
got to have
you
that
don't want to be
passion.
around. Yeah, you don't want to be around guys that are complaining all the time. It sucks the love out of what you do when people are always like, oh, we got to do it. It's like, this isn't right for you, you know? And one of the points I could make is it's taken me this long to actually find the right guys. Some guys only
Exactly.
want to play where they live. Some guys don't want to get on a plane. We had one
Oh,
guy complain about when we went to Abu Dhabi and Kuwait. We're
oh,
playing for the troops. We're doing something most people would love to have done. If you're going to complain, this isn't the band to be in.
there you go. There you go. If this isn't what you want to do, you don't feel the passion, then this isn't
Right,
for you.
right.
Yes. So music is a passion. You got to feel that, and it touches your soul. So you have to have that because it's you're giving to everyone, and and the feeling that you get back, I'm sure is
Oh, yeah. Well, when
immeasurable.
somebody comes up to us, I get people come up to me all the time. Uh, we had such a horrible week. You guys just come and you play, and like, I don't worry about the problems I had the night before. And then, parents that bring their kids that never got a chance to see Van Halen or play guitar, and they love
Oh,
Jake.
I
And
love that. Yes.
yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that really makes it special.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love seeing the younger kids get involved in it and everything. Um,
Yeah.
and I just had a little youngster. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but his name's Kobe Reese, and he does it all. And if you ever get a chance to look him up, he's really good at what he does, and he's 12 years old. But he
Right. Yeah.
started.
A lot of those kids out there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really talented there. But yeah, definitely. You gotta have that. You gotta have that passion. You gotta feel that and everything. So well, of course, Van Halen. But was there anyone else who inspired you?
What other music? I'm sorry, you broke up. Well,
Yes.
I love all rock and roll. I mean, AC/DC and Aerosmith are up there. I grew up listening to Motley. Um, but if I was to say like Led Zeppelin, all of the iconic bands to me that I grew up listening to. I love them all, but I favor Van Halen because, the first time I heard that Running with the Devil record in
Oh, yes.
1978, it was probably the greatest debut record any band has ever had. Plus, that was like the 70s. Disco was like kind of taking over, and like
Yeah.
rock and roll was kind of like fading out. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Van Halen comes out of nowhere, and people are like, wow, rock is like so strong. So.
Yeah, I know I was going to high school and we had those jean kind of like textured notebooks, and I would draw the Van Halen emblem, the VH with the flies
Yeah,
on,
because it
and
was so cool.
that was like the best that ever, like you said, where it just came out of nowhere, and here it's like wow. And then Eddie Van Halen just
Yeah,
wowed us with what he did with the way he did his guitar,
yeah.
and it was like, oh my Lord, yeah, Running with the Devil. That's and then David Lee Roth with the flips and stuff, and the way you do the flips like you do, and oh my Lord, she's
Yeah, Dave
amazing.
is like, Dave is the GOAT. People are like, what's GOAT? I mean, it's the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
Dave to me was the best entertainer. He was a great songwriter. I mean, learning his lyrics. I mean, his lyrics are unbelievable. You really got to sit and listen to his lyrics. Like Dirty
right.
Movies, Light Up the Sky, and The Full Bug. I mean, it's not about hard relationships and breaking up and love songs like some of these bands write. It's all about having a good time and just living life, and that's what makes Van Halen so special.
Absolutely. And whenever he comes on the stage, just like you're smiling and he's bringing out that energy, like, yay, we're here to have a party. Let's do this. All right. And like
Because
when
we
he
love what
did,
we do.
yeah. And then like the beautiful girls and, all that, it's just, and the way you're a great entertainer, the way you're up there and you're moving it around and all the girls are going, woo on you and it's a wonderful show. It really is.
That's when watching like Van Halen videos.
Yes.
You really have to study. Like, I always have friends that saw tribute bands and they asked me, what should I do? I said, watch videos, get outfits. I mean, there's a handful of
Yes.
bands that have to look the part. I mean, if you're in a Kiss tribute band, you have to look like Kiss.
You
You know,
definitely
I
do.
believe
Yeah.
I believe a Journey band, this frontman should look like Steve Perry. I believe in
Yes.
AC/DC, they look the part. Bands like that, Led Zeppelin. There's some bands that don't look the part and do the music, and that's great. But that
Right.
doesn't bring me back to what I saw growing up.
You want to when you see that band, you want to go back because they're doing a tribute to that band. You want to see them, the whole act, everything about it. You want to see that. You want
Yeah,
to
I mean,
feel that.
people come up to me all the time. You brought me back to 1978 to 1984, and that's my job.
Yes. Yes.
David Lee Roth, to me was an icon, a sex symbol. He wasn't fat, so that's part of what I do. I take care of myself because I want to stay healthy, but I don't want to be the chubby guy in the furry boots. I've seen that look, and it doesn't go over. People think,
Right.
the guy playing the part might think it goes over, but I'm always like looking at outfits and hair, because that's 50, 75%. The music will come, but the whole attitude and the whole way you present yourself doing the tribute you're paying tribute to, that like it's very important.
Absolutely. You have to do the look, the sound, all of it. It's
Yeah, if you want
key.
to be successful. I mean, there's a handful of bands that don't. There's a great Zeppelin band out there. I'll give them a plug. Get the Let Out. They do the music great.
Yes.
And they there's a band, Almost Queen, friends of mine. They sound the part.
Oh yeah.
These are successful bands that replicate the icons that we grew up listening to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen that band and you just like you guys, you put on a wonderful appearance and a great show. And that's what they want to
Right.
see, a great show. And the best way to see the great show is in the front row.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry, it was there. I had to say that. Yes. But I'm going to go to the board. You have some things here I want to read to you. A lot of oh yes, before I do that, if you're going to make a comment or a compliment or a question, please leave your name beside your comment because some of it is not showing who you are, and I definitely want to give you credit for who you are. Say in the comments. So someone said, "Finally got you back." I got you, Lisa. Hi, Amy. Did you play with Mason Swearingen and
Yes.
Johnny Raggio,
Rojo,
Raggio or
yes.
Rojo when they were in Unchained? Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first
Good.
half of Completely Unchained.
Oh, okay. Okay. And Susan Burton, as she is Candy's mom, she said, "Cheers. Good evening."
Thank you.
You're welcome. Maybe I can put this on the screen here. Let's see. I can show it. Okay. These guys usually have no backing. They pay out of their own pocket and use the night's earnings, to pay for food, lodging, and travels. Absolutely. It comes out
Pretty
of
much.
your own pocket. All that travels. Yes. Yes. People don't realize what it takes to put into a good show to do all of this just for your entertainment.
Of course. I mean, the
Absolutely.
traveling, the gas, the tolls, the Facebook ads, the costumes, the airline, the hotels, the food.
That it
Everybody
adds
wants to be
up.
happy. Yeah, it's a lot
Yes.
of work.
Absolutely. Oh, and Amy said Aerosmith. Amy is our great fan. She's a great friend. I meant to say, and she loves Aerosmith, and she wanted to let you know that. Wants to know, do you like Aerosmith?
I love Aerosmith.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, I grew up to that with my cousins, and it takes me back. You hear one song, and it'll take you back to that day.
Yeah.
Same thing with Van Halen. It takes me back to my school days.
Right.
Yes. So explain to me how you feel like when you're up on the stage and you see everybody out there, everybody's getting ready to come in, getting their spot, getting ready to see you come out. And when you see them out there, what's that feeling like?
It's it's a really good feeling because all the hard work that we've all put in to make this successful paid off. And when you see the fans that are
Absolutely.
excited to watch you perform, I mean, don't get me wrong, back in the 80s, I did coke and I smoked pot, but, nothing ever came like a high like this before you get on stage and you see all your fans that want to watch you sing and play and kick ass
Yeah,
and listen to music that they love listening to.
absolutely. It's
It's
like a
very, like I
high
said,
that you can't explain. Yes.
yeah, and you gotta really love the tribute you're in. I played drums in a Tom Petty tribute band for a show. I did a friend for a favor for a friend, and I loved it. And I loved the Tom Petty songs. I really love the catalog. But
Yeah.
you really have to have a passion who you're paying tribute to. And Van Halen I'm
Right.
very passionate about Van Halen. So it worked out fine. And all the guys that I have, like I said, it took me 13 years to find the right guys, and we all feel the same way about Van Halen music.
Awesome. And that's even better because then you love the music when you're up there playing. It's not like a drag. It's not like, oh,
Yeah,
I
when you
hate
do it
this.
two,
Oh,
3
I
days,
can't wait for it
yeah,
to over. Yeah. It's like you're enjoying it as well as,
yeah.
just,
Like I'll never
being
get
up
sick
there.
of doing "You Really Got Me." I'll never get
Yeah.
sick of doing "Unchained" off a teacher. Never.
Oh, Hot for Teacher and Unchained. Yes. What's your favorite one?
All
What's your
those.
favorite?
I like "Hot for Teacher." Um, it seems like people really, really get motivated after Panama.
Oh,
You know,
okay. Okay.
for some reason,
Yeah.
that's because a lot of people that aren't familiar with the B sides in the Van Halen catalog all know "Jump" and "Panama" and "Hot for Teacher." So when you start doing those songs, like when you're doing like an outdoor festival with his
Yeah.
kids and parents that really don't know until they hear something like "Jump" because they might have heard it at a basketball game or in a commercial.
Okay.
You know, you could
Yeah.
just see the excitement, like, oh, that's Van Halen.
Yeah.
You know, but then you have, you have your your dedicated people that know every song on every Van Halen record.
Right. Yes. And um like my favorite song, can I point to one song that I like? I love them all. It's hard to make a choice, but if I had to, I would have to say Running with the Devil.
Yeah,
I
it's one of my favorites. A good sing along.
Yeah, I just love that one. It just, some songs just
Yeah,
do it. That's the one.
yeah.
Yeah. So now, do you have uh did you come from a musical background,
Well, my
like your
dad was
family?
like kind of like a. My dad was like a doo-wop singer, and
Oh,
then
nice. Okay.
but my brother Tommy, he's very, 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 very talented. You know, he plays with Alice Cooper and the Hollywood Vampires. I mean, he plays like bass, guitar. He sings. Um, I think he plays a little drums. He lives in Switzerland, so I talk to him like once or twice a month, 3 times a month until he goes on the road. But I would say yeah, there's a little bit of musical,
Background. Yeah.
yeah, musical
Oh,
background in this.
well, that's cool. Very cool. You said the Alice Cooper band or tribute band?
No, he's an Alice Cooper,
He's an Alice Cooper. Wow. So
and then
cool.
and he's with the Hollywood Vampires with Johnny Depp and Joe Perry.
Oh, wow. So cool. So cool. That's awesome. That is really, really cool. So, who was your first person you saw in concert when you were a teenager?
Foghat.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Slow
And
Ride.
and and
That's
I'm
super cool.
friends
I
with
love that.
Roger.
Oh,
And I'm,
great.
yeah, the drummer. Yeah,
Yes. Oh, so cool. So cool.
it's really cool to like be friends with bands you like. I'm very good friends with the guys from Tesla, one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
So there's a couple more. I met Billy Joel, Elton John. They're not my friends. I mean, I can call Jeff from Tesla tonight and we can have a conversation for an hour. But it's
Oh,
really
that's
cool
so
when you when
cool.
you, when you become friends with people you love, and then
Yes.
you realize
Yeah.
they're really great people. Besides being great
Yeah.
songwriters and musicians.
Oh, that's really cool. Now, do you have anything on the horizon of making your own music, doing your own things,
You
or
know,
things like that?
it's never. Pretty much we're our time is completely completely unchained.
I
Plus,
got
you know, yeah, you get to a certain age. I mean, I'm 61 years old.
You
I'm
don't
really not
seem
a song.
61. I never thought you would have been that, but okay.
Yeah, but I think most people that do what they do, if it's a tribute band or a cover band that works a lot, they could do it on the side if it's a passion they have. But
That's
to
true.
try and like get a record deal and go through all of that, I mean, record labels aren't really signing anybody.
Yeah.
So, but
It's
I
not
know
like it
guys that
used
do it
to be.
on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know guys that do it on the side and they love it. They got a good passion for it, and it keeps them motivated. But for me, I have my time is completely unchained.
I got you.
All I
Perfect
have time
wording
for.
for that. I like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I was going to go back to that one question is when you said about the Alice Cooper, that was my first concert when I was 12. I
Ah,
saw Alice Cooper. That was really cool. And I'm like, wow. My cousin thought, you thought that might have scared me or whatever. I'm like, no, because I started out in country. Because I grew up country. And then after that, after Alice Cooper, that was it.
right.
All rock and roll. Yeah. So, if someone was first starting out in the business, to be a musician and to go the gamut of doing the tribute band or just be a musician, do it all, what advice would you give them?
Well, my advice is if you really love it and you really wanted to make it work, you got to do it right the first time. You know,
Gotcha.
because the first impressions always make a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was doing it wrong for a long time, but I have
Yeah,
so much passion in what I'm doing that I'll make it right. You know, people give you second chances. You know, we got a lot of great people out there that love rock and
absolutely.
roll. You know,
That's
there's a lot of
true.
musicians that, like, you know, you watch videos of like Vince Neil and he doesn't sound that good, but he's trying. And then, you know, then all of a sudden he'll have a good night. Um, but, you know, everybody has their ups and downs. But my advice is, you know, if you're going to start out in something like this, just really do your research and do it right. And, you know, I'm making a living singing Van Halen songs.
Yes, and
So
that you
possible,
can't get any better than that. Yes, it's perfect.
you know,
You
I don't have a pension
know?
plan
Yeah,
or, you know, health coverage. I
yeah,
mean, I have health coverage, but not covered by a company. But
that's true. That's the
I
only
just,
bad thing about, yeah, it doesn't have any background. Have any. It doesn't have any. Uh, like it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't cover any health benefits or all of that.
yeah,
If only
you don't
that
got
could
to,
happen, that would be great. Yes.
so
I'm
you have
sorry.
to be smart. No, you have to
Yeah.
be smart. If
Yeah.
you're doing well, you know, save some money and make some kind of investment down the road. But a lot of times, you know, a lot of these guys, besides being musicians, they got other jobs that they do during the week.
That's
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
maybe doing an acoustic act on Mondays and Tuesdays. Because basically, you know, if you're traveling on a Friday and Saturday, you got to leave on Thursday. You can't leave the day of a show, you know, especially with the
Wow.
airlines. It's always getting canceled or delayed. So
That's
take
true.
that
Yeah.
day out. So like
A lot of
our bass
planning.
player, yeah, our bass player Clint on Mondays and Tuesdays he gives guitar lessons and he does like a little thing on the side with another band, you know, so he can keep making money doing what he loves to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and that's good because if you make the extra, then you can put an extra away to cover all the
Yeah,
other expenses that you need.
right.
That makes
Well,
sense.
you know, the
That makes,
band, you know, we take care of airfare and hotels and meals. I take care of all of that, you know, in our budget. Um, but it's still, you know, if you want to live fancy, you got to really work hard.
that's true. Got to work hard at it. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, is there anyone that you would like to collaborate with that you haven't, or who have you
Well,
collaborated
I
with?
like to collaborate with my brother,
That is true. There you go.
you know, but it's just
Absolutely.
like, you know, I've played with so many great musicians growing up, and everybody has their own way of doing things. You know, I like if somebody like
Yeah.
when I was asked to play with the Tom Petty band, I was told, you know, he told me what to do, and I'm working for him, and I do it. I'm not used to that because I've always had my own bands,
Yeah.
but you know, and then I watch the way they conduct their business, and I wouldn't do it most of the ways that most of the bands I see because they're always asking me for advice. And like I'm
Absolutely.
telling you, anybody that wants to do this, you know, try and do it right, you know, correctly. Watch videos, listen to the albums, you know, get the mannerisms. In any kind of band,
Do the
any kind of
research.
music,
There you
any
go.
band.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you want to do like I don't know a Duran Duran song, watch some Duran Duran videos. You know, jump around like Simon Le Bon. You know,
Exactly.
make
Get
it
the
like whatever.
move.
Yeah, like all these cover bands that do all these different artists, and like there's a lot of them. They do outfit changes and costume changes. They're successful because people want to see a show.
Absolutely. And if you can get that down, and they're like, "Wow, did you see them?" And then they'll want to come back for more.
Especially if they're having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You see them out there getting into it and dancing
Yeah,
around.
all good.
That's so cool. Absolutely. So, what place would you absolutely love to play? Where would you just? I've got to play at this place. Where would that be?
I have a friend that's been in Denver. He said Red Rock. He said you would love Red
Red
Rock.
Rock. Okay.
You know,
Nice.
it's
Awesome.
like an amphitheater that was carved out of a rock.
Wow.
I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Yeah, my friend has family that lives up there, and he goes there and he sees like he saw Dave Matthews there and a couple bands, and he said like
Okay.
the amphitheater is like It's like a big rock that they
Wow.
made into an air. You know, I mean, something
That's
like
really
that would be
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
So
you know,
what's your
guys in bands, all these guys in bands. I mean, we played at like these dingy little bars, and you know, I've played in great amphitheaters, and I've played at great outdoor festivals. There's a great place down here in Fort Lauderdale called Revolution Live, and then all the Hard Rocks and the House of Blues. They're really cool places. But then, you know, once in
yeah.
a while, you got to play in a little place because you want to work.
Mhm.
You want to keep you guys working. You want to make
That's
money. You know, that's how you support yourself. You know, sometimes you can't be like, oh, I'm only going to play these venues. Well, what happens if those venues don't call you 20 times a year because they want to use
that's
somebody else? You know, so I
that's
try and
true.
keep everybody working. But yeah, Red Rock would be like a dream come true.
Okay,
Never
that's
know.
cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I had a question and just went out the window. Let's see. Uh, so you said you started out with playing drums. Do you play any other instruments?
I started to learn a little acoustic guitar, but I kind of like I didn't have time. You know, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. Like these guys that play and sing at the same time, you know, they make it look easy because they've been doing it their whole life. But when you try and start doing it like at my age, you know, you just don't have the
Yeah.
patience. So, you know, I started learning
Yeah.
Ice Cream Man and it sounded good. And then I'm trying to sing it, the phrasing was a little wrong, and I'm like, I was just getting like, forget it, man. I'm not even gonna bother wasting time anymore, you know.
Yeah, I got an acoustic guitar and I haven't learned it yet, but I still have it. I still want to do something in the music world, but I haven't done it yet. So
Well, the easy thing now is you can
I
just go
enjoy
on
this.
YouTube. You know, you go on YouTube and
That's
say, I want
true.
to learn a song, you know,
And
and then
then
they'll
you
just
can
break
back
it
it
down.
up if you miss something. Yep, back it up, play
Right,
it again, keep playing it until you get it right. You
right.
know. um, what's the your favorite place or the place that you like to play at?
I like playing. I like the casinos, you know, because there's always a good crowd. Um, I like those small but really dingy rock clubs that have good stages and old PA systems. It makes me feel
Yeah.
like back in like the early '80s when you know you walked into a
Yes.
club, you saw like Kicks or Zebra or Twisted Sister, and you're like, wow, man, the lights were great. And this venue's still like that. There's a couple venues
Yeah.
that still have the park cans and the old PA, and you just get that vibe, like, wow. As soon as you walk in, you smell the beer, and you're like, wow, this is going to be a lot of fun. There's a couple of
Awesome.
them.
Awesome. Yeah, like those places like Ruggeds. Yeah. Someone just posted a question. I'm gonna put it. Saw you last night at Twain's and you played Ice Cream Man. Great song.
Yeah,
I don't know who you
you played on
are.
your
I
ice
wish I
cream,
could
right? Yeah.
tell me who you are. Yeah. Someone posted here. I'll get back to our Alice Cooper conversation. Says saw Alice Cooper last March with your brother Tommy and Nita Strauss before she left. Do you ever get to hang out with Alice and your brother when you are in the same area code?
I get to hang out with my brother when he comes to the States. I make it a point to go and see him wherever it might be. I met Alice
Yeah.
a handful of times. He's great. He's actually my brother's son's godfather. You know, but
Oh,
he does a lot of the meet. Yeah, he does a lot of meet and greet. So he really, you know what I mean? Like he knows who we are. He knows us by name.
yeah.
But it's more important for me to hang out with my brother Tommy.
Yes.
You know,
More than
so because
anything. The
yeah,
yeah,
it's family.
than
Yeah,
hanging, spending time with them.
yeah.
Family means everything. It sure does. Um, What is the main goal in your music career?
A goal. I guess to do this as long as I can. I don't know if that's considered a goal.
No,
You
that makes
know,
sense. Yes.
I mean, I like to get another, I don't know, 10
Hmm.
more years out of it if I stay healthy.
Yes, I would love to see that.
I mean, because like you mentioned before about writing material and trying to get a record deal, that was never a goal because I just know the way that the industry is. It's so tough.
Yeah,
I know so
I can
many great
understand.
songwriters and so many guys that write great songs. And like I said, they do it for the passion. They know they're not going to get a record deal at 50 years old, 60 years old.
Oh, okay. That's something that happens for like in your earlier stage.
Yeah. And
I
that's even
got you.
tough.
Yeah. That's a hard business to be in, it sounds like, but
It's
a
really
fun
hard.
business. It's passion. Yeah,
I mean,
it
listen,
really
you
is.
got rich parents that want to like, hey, I want to make my kid happy. Play in a band, I'll support you for the rest of your life. Then do what you want. But
There
when
you
you do it
go.
like I do it, you got to treat it like a business.
Yeah.
You
Well,
lose a
you,
lot of friends in this business.
oh no. Yeah.
No, but that's just a business. You could be
That's just
playing
how
with
it
guys your whole
goes.
life, and then yeah, and then you decide to go in a different direction,
Directions.
or
Yeah.
they want to play with different guys, and then you build the brand, and then somebody don't like what you did, and then they quit, and then you don't talk to that person, and it happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. It's a constant kind of thing. You know, I see a
You
lot of
meet
that.
new, yeah, you meet new people, you lose old people.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
you
a
don't,
business,
some things
I mean,
stay together for a long time. Yeah. But
but you hear
a
all
lot of
these
times some
rumors,
things,
you hear all these rumors, like Motley Crue's on tour and Van Halen, they're all in their separate buses. They don't see each other until they go on stage. I don't know if that's true. I'm
that's
not
true.
back there, but
Yeah.
if that's the way it is, it's business.
That's
This is what
true.
these guys have
I
been
got
doing their whole life. But I don't like
well,
running a business like that. I like being close to my guys.
yeah,
We travel together. You know, but it's
absolutely.
the business.
That is, I mean, you're having fun while you're doing it, but it's still a business. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it takes a lot. I can tell you when I remember, back in the days when I was going out, just watching everybody, packing everything and setting everything up and then tearing it all down. I'm like, that's a lot to do. That's a lot to do.
Oh,
But
oh, oh yeah.
yeah, I can
So what
just,
do you want to do? You want to play a cut? I have like about another 10 minutes, Lisa.
oh, another 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me see. We'll have to pass. We can play. We'll play like a few minutes of the video, and then we'll go back
Yeah.
into something. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play the video right quick, and let's show everybody what you're about and what you do on that stage. And here we go. All right. Let's see. Of course, we have to have ads. All right. The new paper oven installs in 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Here we go. And skip that. And here we are. Completely unchained. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Woo! Hell yeah! Oh my God, that is so good. I miss seeing you guys. I got to get out there and see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like with that outfit, like those pants are shiny, they're nice. Where do you have them made?
Yeah. All my clothes are made professionally by
Awesome.
a girl named Sherry Lou in California. She makes a lot of people's clothes. But that's another thing.
Wow.
You want to get the best. I mean, those pants cost like $500, but they last.
I
They
can
look
imagine.
great. It's not like buying them from like Amazon and saying, "Hey, these are good." These are all done professionally. So
Yes, and it looks good and it sparkles when you're up there on that stage, and it's amazing.
thank
It's
you.
amazing. You're welcome. And I know you have a little bit of time, but we always ask a funny question. We like to try to we'll try to get this question in, and then you can plug all your socials, and then we'll let you go. So, if you were on a desert island and you could only bring 5 things, what would you bring?
Listerine, right? Listerine.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Um, Vaseline. I like to put that around my eyes.
Okay. Okay.
Water.
You need water. Yes, you do.
Music.
Definitely.
My girlfriend.
Gotta have that.
How many I
Most
got
definite.
left? How many I got left? I have left.
Water, books,
I think I have one left.
music. Yes, one more.
I think I have one left. Nutter butter cookies.
Nutter butter. Oh, now you're talking.
Nutter butter.
Absolutely, absolutely. Awesome.
Right.
Now, that was my sidekick Kandi. That was her favorite question to ask. My question is,
Okay.
if you're in a hot tub time machine and you're setting the dial, where are you going?
If I'm what? In the hot tub, where am I going?
A hot tub time machine. If you're in a time machine, what place in time are you going? You going forward or you going backwards?
1978 Van Halen with Black Sabbath.
Woo! Woo-wee.
Not just see Van Halen in 1978 open up for Black Sabbath. I mean,
my God. That would be amazing, though. That would be so cool. Yes.
Yeah.
I have to, and we always have to ask this question because Kandi and I both are, this is what we have to do. And I'll tell you after I ask the question. Coke or Pepsi?
I don't drink soda.
Well, okay. Well, there you go.
But if I had to?
Yes.
Yeah, I just drink water. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke.
Well, that's
I'm all
good.
about fitness.
That's good. That is really good.
That's the honest truth.
Yes, that's probably best. I mean, I know we both are hooked on our sodas. So what?
I never drink soda.
No, and I know it's not good for you. But if you had to pick one, Coke or Pepsi? Yay! Pepsi. Yes, that's what I drink. She drinks Coke. So I'd like to get a picture of you. And we normally do our heart thingies, but right now we're just going to do a regular picture to smile pretty. Let me get the camera rolling. Okay, hang on. I got to flip it around. All right, smile pretty for the camera.
I'm smiling pretty for the camera.
All right, and Kandi, if you're watching, or Kandi's mom, if Susan's watching, we like to do our hearts. We give her our hearts. Can you make a heart with me, Eugene? There we go. All right.
All right.
And cheese. All right. Thank you so much, Eugene, for coming to Front Row Promotions, and hope to see you out there soon.
Okay, Lisa. Thank you. Right, tell Kandi thank you too.
I will. I sure will. And where can people find you?
CompletelyUnchainedRocks.com. That's our website. Or our Facebook page is Completely Unchained.
Awesome. You got it.
All right.
All right. And you take care and you'll have a great day. I'm going to sign out and put the ending on this. And you have a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you all for coming to Front Row Promotions. Support music, live music in the making, music everywhere. And I will see you later. Bye now. Front Row Promotions.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.